Hi everybody, just coming back from the beach, Siesta Key, where I got second place in my age group this morning in the 161st 5K or longer race I've done, or that I've placed in since 2006, just on plan. And this beach was overridden by red tide as recently as a few months ago for more than a year. And the stench was horrible. There were dead animals littering the beach. And, you know, it's this beautiful powdery white sand that it's the reason that it was voted Dr. Beach's #1 beach in the US a few years back. But as I posted on Facebook, it's deceptively beautiful because we don't really know how much the water has changed. And although red tide, and this is the excuse some people give here, is that it's been around forever, that's to some extent is true, but not as intense, not as far inland as it went this year. And people were getting sick. There was a cover story in the Longboat Key Observer, which I think just totally whitewashed a lot of the issues. I mean, there were dead dogs, and they said, they had a bunch of myths they were trying to break up, right? And they said, is it safe for your dog? And they said, oh, of course. But there were dogs who were dying, breathing the air, just either being on the beach or in some of the canals that were right off the beach. So that's the story of Southwest Florida. To the extent this race this morning was sponsored by Florida Turtle Watch and the local Audubon Society, and they had a booth there. One of the signs said, "Ask me about bird survival." And I said, you guys are like recommending everybody go vegan, right? If you care about these animals, because they're not going to have a source of food, the fish, in the oceans in 30 years. So that is, I wasn't exactly welcomed in those comments, but I do always say that running is my activism. Usually I'm wearing some shirt. I'm wearing my Skyway Bridge race shirt this morning. Usually I wear a vegan shirt, but I figured I would get in my age group this morning, and I think it's important to show that vegans, I'm pretty well known in the running community. It's important to show that we do, as vegans, all these kinds of different races that are strenuous and tough, and that we can do them fine. Because I've had people, as I'm holding one of my age group awards in my hand, come up to me wearing the vegan shirt, as I do, and they'll say, oh, you can't race on a vegan diet. You can't do it just on plants. And it's like, yeah, you absolutely can. So I just wanted to share my experience here with you. Some of my friends say you shouldn't even go to this beach because of the red tide. Who knows how toxic it really is? Of course, the public comments, all that are, it's just fine, everything's fine, it really wasn't that bad. There were red tides that lasted longer, and that is true. I think this was only the 4th longest red tide. But still, if you lived here, it wasn't a lot of fun. And to the extent that fertilizers and runoff are contributing to the problem, it's absolutely true. And of course, the irony is that the turtles are looked after a lot by Moat Marine, which has on its board different corporations that support fertilizers, and so that's kind of a conflict that's out there. And there is the sign saying that, yes, this is Siesta Key, the #1 beach in the US. So, you know, for what it's worth, it was a good time to chill after the 5K. And I'll be doing another one tomorrow because that's what I do. All right, everybody, gotta run.